In this video, you're going to learn how to create a Google Form survey. So there are many ways to go about it. I've been using Google Forms for some time now, so it is here as something that I use most of the times. In your case, in your browser, you're not going to have Google Forms appearing here. So there are many ways to go about it. If you want to open Google Forms, you can simply just make sure that you're logged into your Google account, and so you should see your profile image here and also these 9 dots here. When you click on this Google Apps button, it's going to open a box, a window pop-up where you can see all different apps that comes along with your Google account. And when you scroll down here, you're going to see forms. This is another way to open Google Forms. So when you click there, it's going to take you to the home page for Google Forms. The other way, you can just click here in the address bar and type forms.google.com like that, then you just press enter. This is going to take you to the home page for Google Forms. When you are here, we want to create a survey here. But before that, if you've created any forms, previously you've used forms before, you're going to see the previous worked on documents down here. But also you are given the ability to actually just use any of these templates that appear here. Also, there are actually a lot. You can just click on this templates gallery. It's going to open all these different templates that you can just choose from. You can create surveys to find time. You can create contact information forms or party invite forms, t-shirt sign up, all these different types of forms that you can actually create in Google Forms. We can also actually create a quiz in here. What we want to do here is create a survey. So we're going to create this from scratch, but I just wanted to show you that you can actually use the templates that are there by default. To create a survey in here, we're going to use a blank form. We're going to use a blank form in here because I want to explain a lot of things that are going to be helpful if you're just starting out using Google Forms. So in here, it opens like this from scratch. We don't have anything in here. It's blank. It's a survey. It's a form. So we have to title it. We're going to say Google Forms here. Just going to say Google Survey. Then here we have the ability to also enter the description. It allows you to enter the description here so you can describe what this form is about. And so here just enter a description to describe your survey. What is it about? So people should know what the survey is about. You have the ability to make the text bold, also italicize. You can also underline the text if that's something you want to do. You can also insert links in here. You can insert links. You can also insert bullets, numbered and also listed bullets. You can also remove formats from the text that you put here if that's something you want to do. But in our case, I want this description to be bold so it's visible to everyone who is going to see it. When you do that, let's say our description is set and everything is okay here. We want to enter the first question. So we're going to say, what is your name in this form? So our user is going to enter their name here, just like that, a question mark. Then also we should choose the type of this question. Choose if we want our user to respond with a short answer, or maybe they should type a paragraph as a response, or we want to make this a multiple choice type of a question, or maybe check boxes or a drop down. All these different options here, you can use any of these. In our case, I want this to be a short answer question. Another thing down here, you can see that there is a required button which we have to turn on because this has to be required. We want when the user submits this form, we can receive the form with the name. Without the name, the form should not be submitted. It should be submitted with the name. So this question is a required. It has to be filled. We have this plus button this side, the add question. This allows us to add another question in this survey, in this form. That's what we want to do. We want to get the address of the user. The user should be able to enter their address here, just like that. This also is going to be a short answer type of a question. So we're going to come here and choose short answer. Also make this required. Add another question here by just clicking on this plus sign and say, what's your date of birth? Question mark, just like that. Also, this one should be, the type for this one is going to be date. So the user is just going to choose the date. Select this and make this required. Because if this is not required, the user is capable of sending the form without this, but instead we want the date to be there so we can know um, the date for this user. This question is okay the way it is. Let's also enter another one. Enter place of birth. So the user should be able to enter the place of birth. And it's going to be a short answer type of question. So we choose that and also make this required. We can put as many questions as you want. It's you who is going to be creating this survey. So you know the questions you want to put in the survey. What do you want to get from the people who are going to take this survey? So you have the ability to enter as many questions as you want in this survey. And so all you have to do is when you're done designing how your question is going to be like, you just come on this add question button, then you can add a question. And the good thing about this is you can choose the type of a question you are inserting. Maybe you want the user to upload something, maybe the image of themselves or something, you can just select the upload option here. Just click on cancel here so we can get back to the previous actions. The other thing is when you are creating surveys in Google Forms, you have the ability to add different sections. So down here, you're going to see add section. When you click on this, it's going to create a new different section. Now here you can also insert other questions depending on how you want your survey to be like. Now this section is not going to appear the first time the user comes on this when the user comes on this survey. Let's just preview this so I can show you. When a user comes here, they are going to see that they have the next button here, which is going to take them to the next section of this form or this survey. They will answer all the questions on this first page. When they're done, they have to be taken to the next section where they can also answer maybe different types of questions that are about themselves or other things, depending on what you want to get from these people. So that's a section. I just wanted to clarify something here. So a section is something that it's just like different pages in a book. You want to have multiple pages. So this is going to be a different page. This is going to be the first page and section one, and now here you have section two. This is going to have, you can also put as many questions as you want in this section. But in our case, I just wanted to show you this is not going to be there. We are not going to have this. So I'll just click on these three dots here to delete this section. We just remain with this. When we're done, we can preview how our survey looks like here. And just like that, we're able to see our Google survey. And when the user is done answering these questions, they will just click on submit. Then the responses will come to me as the owner of this survey. I'll be able to see my responses on the responses tab. Here we don't have any responses because no one has taken this survey yet. When you are done designing your form, your survey here, you can also go ahead and do some changes here. You can change how it looks like. We have the button that allows us to customize the look of this form. So when you click on customize theme, you're going to get different options here. You can customize the header. Here you can also put an image if you want. But here we have the header text and the fonts. Here when you click here, you can see different fonts that you can use for this header. When I just click there, you can see that now the survey font has changed. That's a good thing. And here you can just go ahead and choose the fonts of your choice. It's very flexible. And also you can choose the sizes and all these other things. And what I want to do here is just change the color so I can show you that, okay, the theme also can be changed, how it looks in general. So when you're done with this, you can just close this tab and you can also preview your form, how it looks like. When you just click on the preview button there, you can see how the form or survey looks like in here. Let's close this and go back. In here, I also want to show you something. Let's say this was a quiz that you want maybe your students to take. You would come here to on the settings tab. You'd have to activate this as a quiz. Otherwise, it's just a form, a survey that people have to take and respond, send us some responses. So here, when you come here, you're going to see make this a quiz. You'd have to activate this. Just click on this, then all the features that a quiz should have are going to be activated when you just click on this button. We don't want to do that. I'll just deactivate that and come back to my questions here. Then let's say you're done designing your survey. You want to send it to the people who are going to get this survey. There are many ways to send your survey. All you have to do is just click on this big button here that says send. When you click there, it opens a window, a different window where you can do different things. Now here you can send it by email to the people who you want to get, who you want them to get the survey. All you have to do is just enter their email addresses down here. When you're done entering their email addresses down here, you have the send button. The second way is where you can copy the link and just send it manually, maybe on WhatsApp in a group, so people in that group can get the survey. And also, you can shorten this link because right now the way it is, it's very big and it's a bit dirty. So you can shorten it so it looks smart, just like that. By just clicking on this shorten URL, it's going to shorten this link. That's something you might be interested in. Also, you can actually embed this form in a website. In your website, if you have a website that you'd want people, instead of them coming to this page, you just want this form to appear on a website, you can just copy this code here and embed it in your website. These are many ways to share the survey with the people who are supposed to take it. But also here you can share it with via Facebook or maybe via Twitter, which is now X. So this is how you can send your form, your survey to the people who are supposed to take it. Now let's close this. Let's just check if this is working. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to preview this and fill this survey. Here my name, I'm just going to say my name. Then here the address, I'll say just enter my address there, the date of birth, or just choose a random date here. And here I'll also enter the place of birth. Then I'll click on submit. When I submit, this form should be submitted. And here, as you can see that it's the response has been recorded, which is a good thing. Now we can check if this is true. When we come to this form, we are going to see that under the responses, we have one. Here, when we come here, we're going to see that one person has responded and the name is George, and you can see all these different data here. This is how you can create a survey. And so now when you share it to the people, all the responses are going to appear under the responses here. And you can go ahead and also link this responses tab to a Google Sheets so that you can see all the responses in one place. I've created a video about that. I'll link it down in the description so you can see this clearly. Otherwise, all you can do here, you have two ways. You can just choose if you want to use an existing spreadsheet or you can create a new spreadsheet. Now here, you can just get rid of everything here and just give it a name. And when you do this, you can just click on create and a spreadsheet is going to be created from scratch, which is going to have all the responses from the people who took the survey, and you're going to see all the data here like that. I hope this video was helpful. If it was, leave a like on this video and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.